How long? So 70. You said 77.
Yeah. 77 would be when I first started refereeing. I was horrible. And I mean, horrible. And doing, like one taping, they were only hour shows back then.
Mm-hmm.
And one taping in the first half hour, I think I did a job for Mike York, the Alaskan, and got color and under a mask.
Nice.
And then in the second half hour, I came back as me and did a job for somebody else.
Wow. All right, man.
Yeah.
So you're a hell of a job guy.
And got paid. Yeah, it's a great job guy. And got paid the same amount of money.
There you go, man. Yeah. So I was going to why I asked you. So what? 45? How many? Do the math.
I guess technically it'll be 50 years come 27.
50 years.
50 years.
How do you stay so motivated to be creative? And I mean, just going through from what we've already discussed, from where you start,
yeah,
to where the business is now, and you're still such a vital part of the industry. And obviously, I mean, you're a vital part of my career and my development and the matches we had. But how do you stay so motivated to be creative? Because you're the top dog producer.
Well, I think first and foremost is because I'm more in love with the business than I ever have been.
Really?
Yeah. And I realized a couple of years ago, like I started to talk about, that everything that I've done in my life has led me to where I'm at. And it wasn't me that was making those choices. It was God.
Right.
And when I finally got on board with that, well, if he wants this, then it's got to be good. And, I don't get a lot of the ideas I get by myself. I don't. I feel, I've said this before, I feel God loves wrestling because I get some ideas out of nowhere sometimes, or more importantly, I get a no. Which almost sounds like Vince.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was like, is
Yeah.
that God or is that Vince? I don't know which one that is.
But I guess the challenge of doing it and trying to keep the everything interesting is a major driving force for me. I think that's probably why I've been divorced twice, is because wrestling was number one.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally have come to realize that and admit that, and I don't know, I can't, sometimes now, I look back and I go, God, how hard could it have been on both of them to realize they weren't number one, they were number two.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't mean anything to me because it's worked fine for me because that's how I like life.
Right.
So I've really am trying to enjoy every moment more than I did. Now, that's not to say that I didn't enjoy moments.
Oh, you enjoyed your moments. Don't get fooled there. He enjoyed his moments.
But I'm trying to enjoy it in a better way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost 17 months now without a drink.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. That's made a world of difference for me. I was worried at first that I would lose some of my creativity because a lot of it came when I was drinking or high or both.
I don't think a lot of people, not to cut you off, a lot of people don't understand how that driving down the road, having a few from town to town are probably some of the greatest creative sessions.
They are. They were.
Right.
I mean, we would always analyze our match and what the upcoming promos would be. And if it was a TV day, watching the thing back and where we could have improved. But yeah, it was a nonstop class of going over what you did and how it could be better and how you're going to make it better next time.
Right.
Now, that is not to, at least I'm not trying to degrade their commitment, today's athlete. Because I'll tell you what, every one of them during the pandemic, especially in 2020, that went out and performed with no people there, they got my attention and they got my approval. I saw Jimmy Uso tear his ACL 5 minutes into a ladder match in 2020 at the Performance Center and go another 25 minutes with no people.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, any wrestler from any organization back in that time that wrestled with no people, my hat's off to them.
Yeah.
Huge.
You know what I feel? I feel because of the effort that WWE made during the pandemic when there was nobody in, no one was able to go and do anything, I think the effort that WWE did to produce television and content has a large part to do with how successful the product is now.
Yep.
Because I think the people really took time to appreciate not only the art, but the effort that it took for those shows to happen. And I think this is a continuation of the momentum that was created during COVID. I don't know.
Yeah. I totally see that point. But I mean, we know firsthand how much it hurts. You just get caught up in it and the adrenaline gets going, and then you're, on to the next town and having a couple libations and, whatever it takes to feel better or not feel as bad. But I just can't imagine how much that hurt with no people there. Mm-hmm. People are the most driving force to me of your adrenaline and your motivation when you're working. I mean, back in my day, and probably in the beginning of your days, you had no trainers.
Hmm.
You took an ace bandage, wrapped up your knee as tight as you could.
If you had a roll of tape, you were doing better than most.
Yeah. Yeah. And, and sometimes you did things or took some things to get you through. And, like back in the 80s, come on, it wasn't just say no, it was just say yes.
Right. It's culture, too.
Culture.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That takes balls to wrestle like that in front of no people.
No, it does, and it's it was amazing because obviously I've wrestled in non-COVID times. I've wrestled in houses with not a lot of people there.
Yeah,
it's tough, man. It's tough to be on the second end or the second day of a double shot, and you're sitting out there trying to get 1,500 people to get excited, and all you want to do is just be finished. And it's tough. I can't imagine. The screens must have been an incredible welcome. Like there's some faces here.
Yeah, they were, and I mean, and props to Vince and Kevin and Jason Robinson for developing that as quick as they did. I'll never forget when we did our last show in South Florida at the college there, and now we were going back to arenas and audiences, and Vince was walking up the ramp, and I said, "Boss, wait a second." I got up the ramp and I said, "I just want to thank you for doing this." And he just looked at me and goes, "Michael, I had no choice." And he storms off. I'm like, well, me.
He knew exactly what you meant.
He knew what I meant, but he just couldn't take the compliment.
No, he can't.
He can't.
He never wanted to get emotional
No,
and
he runs.
Yeah. That's exactly. I knew as soon as you said that exactly what he was doing. He was not going to get teary-eyed.
But I thought, well, it's just me and him right here, okay? And everybody had gone on break. And
yeah.
Not a chance.